Hey, language learners, I am introducing a new series on writing skills. Let me ask you if you are struggling with your writing, or are you someone who feels that writing is forced on you? If so, then this lesson is definitely for you. So, I'm starting with the very basic of writing and we'll try to answer the question, what is writing? Though this question seems very simple, but it is very technical to answer. So let's get started. Okay, welcome back. Let's get to know what is writing. All right. Now, almost I've collected 8 basic points regarding what is writing. So, the very first point regarding what is writing is a skill. Writing is a skill. Of course, writing is a skill, and a skill is anything you learn by doing practice. For example, maybe you have the skill to drive, to swim, or to cook, or to do anything. So, a skill is something you learn by practice, by doing it again and again. So likely writing is a skill. We can learn this skill. And what is required? Practice is required. So at the same time, if you don't practice this skill, you may unlearn it. Now what is unlearn? You may forget it. All right? And then you can relearn it. It means that you could learn it again. So the very first thing you need to keep in mind is writing is a skill and it needs practice. If you do practice, you will be skilled at it. You will be good at it. If you don't practice, you will forget it. All right? So your writing skills wouldn't be at the level that is required. So writing needs practice, and of course practice makes man perfect. The second point regarding what is writing. Writing is not copying. Writing is not copying. By the way, copying is a crime. Copying is a crime. So in technical terms, so if you copy someone's writing, that's called plagiarism. So plagiarism is considered a crime, all right? If you steal someone's ideas or samples of writing, that is called plagiarism. So writing is not copying. And sorry to say that in our educational system, I'm referring to the Pakistani educational system, where we are taught to copy. We're not taught to write, instead we're taught to copy. So copying is when you see something and exactly transfer it on the page, that is copying. For example, I remember my school days where we have been given certain tasks from the book, where we're just supposed to see things, read out things, and copy it exactly to the notebook, and that was supposed to be writing. So I must say that was copying, that wasn't writing. So what is writing? Let's further explore this question. Writing is difficult. Of course, writing is difficult. Now, what makes it difficult? The topic or the topics on which you are supposed to write can make it challenging for you, can make it difficult for you, as well as the prior knowledge regarding the topic or topics can make it difficult for you. If you are having prior knowledge, previous knowledge, existing knowledge on the topic, then the topic could be easy for you to write on. So if you don't have the prior knowledge, so it could be challenging for you to write. Grammar, as well as vocabulary. So the grammar, for example, when you are writing, of course, you need to use proper grammar, all right? You need to use vocab, standardized vocab, all right? Academic vocab, all right? So altogether, the topic on which you're going to write, grammar, vocabulary, these are the areas that make it difficult. So of course, writing is difficult. That's why whenever you wish to write, somewhere you take a start and you're stuck in the middle just because you're running short of a vocab, or you are not, you are confused with the grammatical structure. So it is difficult. Moving to the next, what is writing? Writing is based on ideas, very important for you. Writing is based on ideas, and ideas are in the mind. Ideas are in the mind, and in order to generate the ideas, you need to think. So by thinking, we create ideas. This is very important for you to understand. If you wish to be a good writer, a perfect writer, so you need to understand technically what is writing. So writing is based on ideas. All right? So ideas are in the mind. So you need to use your mind. You need to engage yourself in the thinking process first before writing. So when you will engage yourself in the thinking process, of course, you will create and you will generate ideas. And the ideas are going to work for you, right? So very important for you. Writing is based on ideas, and ideas are in the mind, and you could explore them by thinking, by reflecting. All right, moving to the next, what is writing? The fifth point, writing is permanent. Permanent means it remains forever, right? Now, comparing writing with speaking, so we see that there is a great difference. When you write something, it is considered to be permanent, okay, on the page or wherever you write. But comparatively in speaking, when you say something, you have the option to take your words back by asking someone, sorry, I didn't mean that, or I mean to say. You can explain, you can change your words, you can step back. But in writing, whatever word you are choosing, it needs to be selected very, very carefully. So you need to be very, very careful with your word choice. So because writing is permanent, whatever you write on the page, it means the same. There is nothing else it could express. Whatever you are writing, it suggests the same meaning. But comparatively in speaking, we sometimes say, I didn't mean that, or it doesn't mean that, or I wish to say that. We can explain it, or we can excuse. But in writing, we cannot turn back our words. Whatever we say, it remains the same. Okay, moving to the next, what is writing? Writing is based on purpose. Writing is based on purpose. So before taking a start with the writing, you must know the purpose, why you are writing. What is the purpose of writing? So two very important factors. You need to know your audience. When you are going to write, of course, you need to know who is your audience. Okay? The audience means the people who are going to read your writing. Okay, so the context you are writing, is it formal, informal? The audience, okay, a teacher, is it the context of exam, whatsoever? And the purpose as well, why you are writing? For entertainment, all right? For example, while writing a diary, the context and the purpose is quite different. You are writing it for yourself and just for fun, just to jot down your memories or your routine. So who is the audience? You yourself. Okay, what is the context? we know it's informal. Whatever spell, word choice you're going to make, no one is going to ask you. But in the context of exam, you need to be exam is a formal context. You need to be very careful, all right? And who is your audience? Your examiner, and you're going to be assessed based on your writing. So in purpose, we need to know the context as well as the audience before writing. All right, moving to the next. And number 7, writing. What is writing? It is a medium of communication. Of course, writing is a medium of communication. So when talking about communication, we need to know that or understand that it is a cycle where there is supposed to be a sender, a receiver. The sender creates the message and sends it through a medium. Now, in this context, all right, so it's an oral medium, whereas whatever is on the board, it's a written medium. So writing is a medium of communication. So in communication, we need a sender who composes the message, and we need a receiver who decodes the message. And in between, there remains barrier. So whenever you are writing, when you are writing, you are the sender. And who is the receiver? The reader, okay? Now in between, there could be barrier. Barrier could be grammar can serve as a barrier, or the word choice. In technical terms, we say register. So if you are using complex vocab, it could be problem. If you are using technical language, it could be a barrier. Likely the sentence structure, the grammar choice, the topic itself, all right? And there are several things which could act as barrier. So remember, whenever you are writing, whatever you think while writing, it's not totally conveyed to the reader, because the reader's perception after reading could be different than what you thought. All right. Number 8, what is writing? Writing is a process. Writing is a process. Now, a process is something that goes step by step, one after the other. So I'm going to explain the process of writing in my next lesson, and that is going to be linked with this lesson. So it's very important for you to understand or to answer this simple question: what is writing? So writing is not copying. Writing is a skill, and this skill needs to be practiced time and again. Writing is difficult. Topic, the grammar, the vocab makes it difficult. Writing is based on ideas, so you need to generate or create the ideas first before writing. Writing is permanent, so you need to be very careful while writing. And writing is based on purpose. You need audience, you need to know the context, all right? Then you need to write. And writing is a medium of communication. You come in communication, all right? So in this communication, you as a writer is the sender and your readers are the receiver. So you need to remember that there could be possible barriers in this process. And number 8, writing is a process. So in the next lesson, we will be talking about the process approach to writing. Now, the process approach engages the writer to follow different steps in order to create a product, in order to create a final product. So wait for my next lesson. If you are new to this channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Mir, and you are watching Learn English with Mir. Don't forget to subscribe and stay connected for the upcoming lesson. Till then, bye-bye.